Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the Tom and Jerry game. The Tom and Jerry game is a game manufactured by Milton Bradley in 1968. It runs for about 20 minutes of game time, is rated for ages 5 and up, and seats anywhere from 2 to 4 players. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Tom and Jerry are an animated mouse and cat that were created in 1940 by Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera is known for many of their cartoons, including The Flintstones and Quick Draw McGraw. In this game, you have to be the first player to steal some cheese from the refrigerator and return it safely to your mouse hole. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with a game board, it comes with an insert with a spinner, and comes with 5 player pawns. To set up this game, place the black playing piece, this represents Tom the cat, on one of the orange cat prints in the center of the board. Tom always moves on the cat print path. Each player selects one of the remaining pieces of their own and places it on the black dot in front of the mouse hole. Players always move on the colored dot paths. All players spin the spinner and the highest player goes first. Play follows clockwise. On your turn, you spin the spinner and move your colored playing piece that number of spaces clockwise on the colored dots. After you've moved your piece, you move Tom the same number of spaces clockwise on the cat prints. If Tom stops on cat prints whose color matches any of the dots occupied by the players, those players must hide. They move their playing piece to the nearest black dot and proceed from there in the following turn. This may send a player forward or backwards. Once you reach the black dot in the center of the refrigerator, you will not need to land on this by exact count. You must stop and wait one turn before proceeding. Once you have waited one turn in front of the refrigerator, you have stolen some cheese from it, and now you must try to beat the other players back to the mouse hole. The first player to reach the black dot in front of the mouse hole wins the game. Well, this has been an overview of the Tom and Jerry game. The Tom and Jerry game is one of your standard roll, spin, and movement games. There's not a lot of strategy to this game. It is a very fun, basic kids game. That's what it was designed for. I found it interesting that there are 2 tracks, one for the cat and one for the mouse, and whatever the cat lands on directly affects the mouse. So it has a nice random element to it, but there's no strategic value to this game whatsoever. As for a game night, I think this would be a interesting retro game if someone really wanted to dig it out, but there are better games out there, so I would recommend finding a different game for a family, like for a game night. If you want to teach your kids how to play a game, this is a decent option for you. It has a nice basic elements for colors, spinning, so if you have a child that is just getting into gaming, this is a decent starter game to not overwhelm them and to give them the basics of how games work. So if you haven't played the Tom and Jerry game before, I would say there are better games out there, but if you want to play something with your kids, it's a decent option. The game goes for about 10 to 20 bucks online. It's relatively easy to find. As for the Tom and Jerry theming, the game is spot on. It looks really good. It has multiple different pieces of art on it. Got the refrigerator, got Jerry moving food, it's got Tom running around. So I think as for a theming and art piece, the game is spot on. It does everything it needs to do. As for an actual board game, there are better games out there. So if you want to play something retro or introduce your kids, I think this is a decent option for you. But for a game night, I would find a different game. So if you haven't played the Tom and Jerry game before, I would recommend saying at least look at it. It is worth playing a couple of times, but like I said, it's a roll, spin, and movement game, so they get tedious very fast. So if you haven't played it before, I'd recommend playing it. But if you want something that's a little more strategic or a little heavier, I recommend finding something else. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on the Tom and Jerry game from Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that we can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.